I've had my house for 15 years. It's right now in foreclosure, and it's due to why I can't make the payments on it. And it's not from my fault. I'm not scared of working. It's from not being able to catch fish to make the payments.
People that sit in them offices and them chairs up there that don't know what they don't even know what's going on in the ocean. They've probably never even been in a day in their life.
It ain't bothering them. They're not losing their homes. But if it was bothering them, and they were in my shoes, things would change, and it'd change quick.
Matter of fact, I've lost my house on account of this crap. That's, man, you just...
The bottom line is that if we're throwing fish away that aren't going to make it, there's no point in throwing them away. If we can't harvest those fish to collect data or to utilize our resource, we're wasting the resource. You cannot rebuild a fishery under this current management plan that we're under right now if you're throwing the fish away and they're dying. There's no way, just because you don't bring them back to the dock doesn't mean they're not dead. You cannot rebuild a fishery the way we're doing it right now. There's got to be a better way.
It's hard to make a living right now at it. When they open like beeliners up the 1st of July, everybody's gonna run out and catch beeliners and it floods the market. Just no consistency, we don't have any, it's just about as messed up as it can be right now.
Something's got to change. Really. Somebody's got to help. Somebody's got to help to do something about this.
We have an industry in this country that is losing fishermen every single year because of regulatory reasons here in the United States and great pressures from other countries like China. It's time we get on board and start supporting our fishermen so that they can keep their heritage and they can keep their jobs.
Other fisheries have come up strong and held their ground and come up with new plans and new ways to manage their fisheries, and now their communities are rebuilding themselves, and there's actually a future in fishing. But as far as us in the South Atlantic, I don't foresee a future in this fishery unless something changes.
If changes aren't made to ensure that fisheries are managed in an efficient and sustainable way, they won't be there to manage in the future. Implementing catch shares are a way of advancing environmental protection and environmental conservation without increasing the regulatory burden on business, without undermining property rights. In fact, it's a way of harnessing property rights towards environmental values. It's a way of using property rights to align the incentives of those who depend upon a resource and use a resource with the health of that underlying resource. It's the sort of thing that those that care about property rights and are critical of centralized prescriptive regulation should really support.
For the resource, the program's been great, and we did the right thing. Sitka's flourished under this program, as have some of the other communities like Sitka.
I remember thinking, geez, what if it went to $2 a pound, and we were all excited because we thought that sounded like so much. And now it's more like $5 a pound, so we didn't anticipate that.
When you've got quota share, that's something that you can use as collateral. That's the American way. That's what makes the system go.
The biggest thing about the success of the program is the ability to bring in better quality fish and selling a high-end fish. That's basically tripled our price in these fisheries, and that's what's really made it a good program.
I feel that we have a stake in this for the future, and lots of my friends feel the same way.
Catch shares is the smaller government choice because it does take into account all of those other principles that are out there, all of those good things that happen when you apply property rights and markets to a problem in order to solve it.
When you assign a property right to people, they take care of it much better than the government ever could.
Catch shares is what conservatives are all about. It's supporting small businesses, it's supporting families, it's giving people who run those businesses the decisions to make for themselves, and it's putting some bureaucrats possibly out of a job.
If we had a well-designed catch share plan designed by the fishermen for the fishermen, we could come up with a real good way to manage our fishery, keep our fish, rebuild our stocks like they've done in other places in very, very similar fisheries, and stabilize our market.
This is a free market approach. This gives fishermen, entrepreneurs, the maximum amount of freedom while still protecting the environment. This is important.
That's why I'm real in favor for catch shares, because that way I got mine, and then I can pick and choose when to go and catch mine, you know, and fair weather, or when the market's high, or when, you know, the restaurants need them the most. It's just, you know, it just makes so much more sense.
It's the sort of environmental approach that those that are concerned about the size of government, concerned about protecting property rights, really should support.
I'm for catch shares because that's what they did down in Florida, and I've seen it work. What catch shares did is it enabled the fishing community to keep going, it enabled us to fish year round, and it actually opened snapper back up. We were able to keep snapper, so I think it's very beneficial.
If you want to get the state out of the business of how fish are caught, and you want to instill private property rights and markets to solve a problem, this is the way to do it.
I'm for catch shares. There's nothing. I haven't seen another management plan anywhere that's going to let us work our business and, you know, run our fishery how we need to. So until something better comes along, I'm for it.